You're standing outside the gym, in the parking lot, in your car, and you haven't gone in yet. Maybe you've been sitting there 10 minutes. Maybe you've done this before. Driven over, sat there, told yourself you'd go tomorrow, and driven home. I've done that. I want you to know that before we go any further. I have sat in that car. And here's the strange part. The thing keeping you in that car is almost never the workout. Nobody's frozen outside a gym thinking, I'm worried the leg press will be difficult. You're worried about something else entirely. You're worried about walking into a room where everyone already knows the rules, and you don't. You don't know where to put your bag. You don't know if you're allowed on that machine. You don't know what to do with your face while you're figuring it out. You don't know how long you're supposed to stay before leaving stops looking like giving up. That's the real fear. Not effort, not pain, not belonging. So here's what I actually think, and it's the whole reason for this video. The gym is not a test. You cannot fail it. You can only be new in it. And being new is not a failing grade. It's a Tuesday. Now, if you go looking for help with your first gym visit, you'll get the same thing every time. A workout plan. 3 sets of 10. Push day, pull day, leg day. Somebody won't tell you to do compound lifts before isolation work. And you'll nod, and you will not know what either of those words mean. All of it perfectly good advice for a problem you do not have yet. Because nobody quits the gym on day 1 because the workout was too hard. They quit because they stood in the middle of the floor for 40 seconds, felt like a tourist, and decided they'd come back when they were more prepared. You don't need an exercise plan for that. You need a social one. So that's what today is. Not what to lift, how to be there. Let's take the whole thing apart. Let's start with the big one. The thing everyone else lies to you about. You've heard it. Don't worry, nobody's looking at you. That's not true, and you know it isn't, which is exactly why it never made you feel better. People will look at you. Human beings look at movement, a door opening, someone walking past. You'll get glanced at, and pretending otherwise just means the first glance you catch will feel like proof that something has gone wrong. It hasn't. What I want to change is not whether you're seen, it's what you think that glance means. Because here's the honest version. Being seen is not the same as being judged. When you glance at someone in a grocery aisle, you're not evaluating them. You're not thinking anything at all. 3 seconds later, they're gone from your head forever. That's what your glance is worth in there. Nothing. It costs you nothing. And the people who are focused, really focused, headphones in, counting under their breath, those are the ones with the least attention left over for you. Even the mirrors aren't what you think. Nobody put those there so strangers could watch you. People use them to check their own movement, which means the person facing your direction is looking straight through you at their own elbow. The gym is a room full of people doing something slightly embarrassing in front of each other, and silently agreeing not to mention it. Okay, the practical part. What do you wear? Clothes you already own. A t-shirt, shorts or leggings. Shoes with flat-ish soles that you can stand in. There is no outfit that makes you belong. Nobody has ever been asked to leave for wearing the wrong shirt. Buying gear before day 1 is just a way to spend money instead of going. What do you bring? Water. That's the list. If you want, a small towel. Leave everything else in a locker or your car, because carrying a bag around the floor is one more thing to think about. And today we are subtracting things to think about. Here's a decision you can take off your own plate entirely. When to go. Every gym on earth has a rush, roughly 5 to 8 on a weekday evening, and every gym has a dead zone, mid-morning, early afternoon, oddly, Friday evening. Go in the dead zone, not forever, just at first. A good half of the discomfort of a first visit is simply crowd, and crowd is a thing you can schedule around. And if you don't know when it's quiet, ask at the desk. They'll tell you in about 2 seconds, because they're the ones who have to be there for the rush. And while we're saying the quiet parts out loud, the locker room. For a lot of people, that's the real dread, and I notice nobody ever puts it in the article. So here it is. You don't have to use it. Put your gym clothes on at home. Drive over already dressed. Walk in ready to go. Drive home. Shower there. Thousands of people do exactly that every single day, and not one of them has been stopped at the door. You've just deleted an entire room from your first visit. You can meet the locker room in month 2, or never. The front desk. You scan a card, or you say your name. That's it. That's the whole interaction. And if you want to make the entire day easier, use 6 words at that desk. Hi, I'm new. Where's the cardio? Say it out loud, and something quietly flips. You stop being someone pretending to know, and you become someone who is allowed to not know. Staff love this question because it is the easiest question they get all day. Nobody has ever been sneered at for asking, where something is. Now, where do you go? The edges. Almost every gym has a perimeter of cardio machines, treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, a rowing machine. Go there. Not because cardio is the best exercise, because it is the machine you already understand. And that's the actual instruction for your first visit. Do one thing you already know how to do. You know how to walk, so walk on a treadmill for 10 minutes. You are now officially and permanently a person who has worked out at a gym. The heavy end of the room, the racks, the free weights, the machines with cables and pins, that's for later. Not because you don't deserve it, because you're doing one thing today. And the one thing should be a thing you can't get wrong. And when you do wander over there eventually, look at the machine. There's a picture on it, a little diagram, a sticker, showing you exactly what it does. Every gym machine on earth comes with instructions printed on the side, and almost nobody reads them. And there is no rule that says you can't. There are exactly 2 etiquette rules that matter. Wipe the machine when you're done. Put the weights back where you found them. That's it. Everything else you've heard about gym etiquette is people being precious. Wipe it, rack it, you're a model citizen. And the awkward moments? They have scripts too. Someone's on the machine you wanted. You go do something else. You don't know if a bench is taken. You say, "Are you using this?" And they say yes or no, and that's the end of it. That's the worst social interaction available in a gym. That one. It's fine. And if some stranger wanders over to correct you, say thanks and carry on doing what you were doing. You are not required to take advice from a man you have never met. Politeness is not obedience. Now let me be honest with you about something, because I don't think you're helped by being coddled. You might still feel stupid in there. The first time, maybe the second. There'll be a moment where you don't know where to stand, and it feels like the whole room is a stage. Feeling stupid is not the same as being wrong. It's just the tax you pay for being new at something in a room, in public. Every single person in there paid it, and it's temporary. It wears off, usually somewhere in week 2, and it never comes back. So here's day 1, in full. You walk in, you say you're new, you walk on a treadmill for 10 minutes, you wipe it down, you leave. That's the whole day. And I want to say the last part again, because it's the part people get wrong. You leave. Because the real day 1 mistake isn't doing too little, it's staying too long. It's deciding that since you finally made it, you have to earn it. An hour, everything, until you're wrecked. And then you're sore, you feel foolish, and the gym becomes a place where you suffered. Leave early. Leave wanting to come back. That is the entire skill. And nobody sells it to you because there is no money in telling someone to do less. Do that 3 or 4 times, and something quiet happens. You stop walking into the gym. You start walking into a room. You know where the water fountain is. You have a treadmill you think of as yours. Somebody nods at you. And the whole social apparatus you were so afraid of turns out to have been a building with machines in it. So, your one next step, just one, because I'm never going to hand you 10. Go to the gym. Walk in. Do one machine you already understand. Walk out. Don't plan a workout. Don't research a program. Don't wait until you're fitter. 10 minutes on a treadmill, then home. That counts. That's the whole assignment. And when it's done, you will never again be a person who has never been to the gym. I'm Sam. This is Sam Says, where we cut through the noise and hand you one clear next step every time. If this made that room feel a little smaller, subscribe and stick around. I'll go with you to the next one. And listen, you can't fail this. There's no grade. There's just a door. One honest note before you go. I'm here to help you start, not to give medical advice. If you've got an injury, a health condition, or you're just not sure, talk to a doctor before you begin. Okay? Okay. Go find the door.